I think I should probably address the elephant in the room. How did I gain 10 pounds in 2 months?
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace, do you know how? Piles of paper, my desk is out. Who will care for the world now? Rest with me, close to curtains, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Oh, how I love when it rains outside, and it's okay to slow the ride. Discover books I forget about. Who care for the world now? Rest with me, close the curtains, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead even when I disagree.
Welcome to another rest day. A day where I don't weigh myself, I don't count my steps, I don't do any workout routines, and I increase my calories to roughly 1,600. And I take a day out to chat with you guys. And I figured for today, I think I should probably address the elephant in the room. How did I gain 10 pounds in 2 months? The simplest way I can put it is that I increased my calories dramatically by either adding chips, candy, or alcohol every single day. If we want to break it down mathematically, I was gaining about 5 pounds a month for the past 2 months. And a pound of fat is 3,500 calories. You times that by 4, you get 14,000 calories. Divide that by 30 days in a month, and all it takes is an extra 466 calories of a surplus every day to get that extra 10 pounds in 2 months. And I was in a deficit, so that means I was probably getting like an extra 1,000 calories a day from what I was used to getting. And you may go, oh my God, that's insane. How are you doing that? And it's really, really easy. A small bag of Doritos is 400 calories. My favorite thing to eat were these sour watermelon candies that came in bigger bags, and those are around 600 calories. If I was having candy and chips, which I occasionally, more often than not was, there it is. Two things that weren't nutritionally dense or filling I was adding every day. I don't know if you guys can tell from my workout routines, but I was staying consistent with that. I'm actually doing better. I've been increasing the weights, I've been increasing the times, the speeds, the reps, and you can see it in my form and what I have been vlogging in my silent vlogs. I also did not fall off the wagon on making my regular healthy meals, where I was mindfully putting in effort to make foods that would sustain me, that I found delicious, that would get me a lot of protein. There's a reason why I'm able to jump back in after 2 months and do it, and that's because I have been doing it. I have just been, I don't know how to put it. I have just been also giving in to temptation. And you know, there's reasons behind it, and it's not an excuse, it's an explanation. If I had continued, though, how long does it become an excuse? And I'd say probably 5 pounds more than what it should have been. I went a little insane for a little bit. That's all I can say. I was feeling these really high highs from the summer and doing really good on all my goals. I was feeling mentally a lot better than I had in a long time. I was feeling creative and like I was putting in the effort and seeing results. Then winter hit and I started getting seasonally depressed. My partner has a job where he leaves, and so I was alone with the dogs, which is fine, but he was gone a lot, and Pumpkin's cancer progressed aggressively during the time. And because I have kept my circle very small, I had no one really to confide in, be there for me. Steven could do what he could while he was away and when he came home, but he has to provide for our family. So he has a job, he's got to do it, you know? Which, you know, we also weren't expecting Pumpkin's cancer to progress as quickly as it did. When we saw the specialist, we were thinking like a year, and then his lump in his neck started shrinking. And we thought, oh God, he's fighting it. We were told that chemotherapy wasn't really a good option for him because he is old and it would have just kind of made him sick for the last part of his life. We didn't want that. But we thought, you know, there's some time to kind of come around and figure it out and accept things. And then he started getting this growth in his mouth and this growth on his arm where it was a small bump, and then the next week it was engorged and bleeding all the time. And his canine was digging into this growth, and we can't remove the canine because he can't go under anesthesia. And again, we checked with the vet, and quality of life is the only plan we got. And he also had to remind us, hey, once there's mouth disease, like once there's an open wound in your mouth, it becomes a lot more serious very quickly because disease in the mouth can really make things go very bad very quick. So while Steven was gone, I had to get a specialist out to the house to talk about euthanasia and have her consult us on where he's at and how we should know when it's time. And it was really looking like he was going to have to be put down while Steven was away. The answer was when there's more bad days than good. And for a hot minute, there were starting to be more bad days than good. But his inflammation has gone down somehow, and I can only imagine it's because of the increase of ibuprofen recommended by the doctor. His mouth is not inflamed. It still bleeds every day. And yeah, that's another thing. So the new growths were bleeding. And so I'd wake up in the morning and I'd have to clean up blood. And then I'd be like, okay, shake it off, go do your things. And then we'd go on a walk and I'd be feeling pretty good again. And then the afternoon would happen and he would be bleeding again. So then I'd have to clean up blood and be reminded he's dying and I'm alone in all of this. And then I'd end the day having to clean up blood again. And so I'd eat candy or chips or both, and then add in some alcohol if that wasn't enough. And I talked to my doctor. I thought, okay, I'll talk to my doctor about this. Sometimes therapy isn't the greatest option for everybody, and I think I might be one of those people. It just really frustrates me, and I don't really understand it, I think. I don't know. I'm still working on that stuff. I still see someone, but I'm just like, I still don't get it. Maybe it takes a while to make it click. And I've seen a few people now, so I don't know if I can't really say it's them, it's definitely me. But we've also tried 3 different medications, and After my injury, at about the 6-month mark, I noticed that I was starting to get into fight, flight, or freeze mode a lot. And the doctor was like, yeah, that actually can happen after a major injury. We'll give you some medicine. And it was an antidepressant and anti-anxiety. And I was like, oh, this isn't going to work because I'm not depressed. I'm just something's... And it worked like a charm. It really just like night and day. And I could feel it. And it was like half of the dose that she recommended. Like they start you off on a very small dose and then you're supposed to increase it. And we were just like, no, we can leave it at the very small dose. Not a lot of time on it. And it just kind of reset me. And I was like, perfect. So we tried that again with this one. Different problems, different medications. That's all I can say on that. So we had to work on trying to find the right one, and none of them really were the right one. So it just had a rough time. Just had really high highs and then really low lows really quickly for me. And you know, there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff right now. A lot of stuff is happening right now. And my partner going away for work, even though he has a job and can provide for us, and a dog dying at old age complications is not, you know, the worst thing in the world to happen to people. It was the worst thing in the world to happen to me at that time. I love Pumpkin so much. He is half of my heart and soul. He just is. And I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but he's my favorite out of everybody, everything. He is the one living being that has been in my life consistently for as long as he has. And I saved him and he saved me, and now I can't save him anymore. I have to just let things be as they will be. And it's hard, but I'm doing better. But that's also why I have changed the format of my vlogs. It wasn't some super creative, inspired idea. It was, I just didn't feel like talking because I didn't feel like I had words to say to anyone, to do anything good for anyone. And you know, pictures are worth 1,000 words. And I figured if I can just show me trying, that might be good enough. And then I've been watching a lot of ASMR videos and thought, okay, here we go. Surprisingly, melting wax videos. There's a channel called Melts and Stealing Hearts, and I watch it constantly, and it calms me down, and I love seeing it. I don't know why. I just do. But yeah, so I'm doing a lot better. I have gained the weight. It wasn't just inflammation. The last time you guys saw me, I was 151. I've been doing this for a week and a half now, and I'm down to like, I'm gonna say 162. The weekly average isn't over yet, but I am down 1 pound from last week. I'm losing a pound a week if I continue this rate, which means I definitely gained fat, not inflammation, not water retention. It's fat that I gained. And again, I broke down the mathematics. It makes sense how I did it. Good news is that I know how to lose it. And I'm not going to say I'm an expert on losing weight or fat loss because I've done it. I'm going to say I'm informed because I've taken a lot of time to inform myself about what works for me. And I know where I went wrong, and I know how to fix it. So when I originally started my journey at 210, I am down 50 pounds. When I originally started my vlogging of this about 13 months ago, I am down 10 pounds. I was down 20, now I'm down 10. That's still the right direction. I'm still less than what I was. Even if it was 2 pounds less than what I was at the beginning of last year, it's still down. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna not dwell on the bad things and not get hung up on if the scale fluctuates day to day, because I know this story already. I already know how it's gonna go. I've done a plateau series. I know it can jump really quick, but then at the end of the month I saw a 4 to 5 pound, I haven't really remembered the exacts, but it was a 4 pound decrease, just sticking to what I know. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go into my deficit. I'm gonna pay attention to protein. I am gonna give myself an increased calorie day, which is today, and I'm not gonna make my workouts super complicated. I know that there's probably better ways to do it, better form, more efficient. I'm just trying to build a habit of exercising. I want to be spending an hour working out a day, Monday through Friday, in a routine that pushes me a little bit, but also I can handle, and it grows my muscles and endurance. And my flexibility. My yoga is on point now. Once I get to my goal body weight, I probably will work on the workouts a little bit more, focusing more on toning and form and all of that jazz. But right now, I think getting the diet is the most important part. And you know, like I said, I was eating candy and chips and alcohol, and I mean, you saw I had candy yesterday. I am having candy today. It's calculated. It's mindful. It's something that I don't have to deny myself candy, but I'm doing it mindfully. I'm doing it planned, and I'm doing it within a portion control. I'm not just eating bags of chips and candy watching TV. I'm usually busy eating the candy and just getting a little boost. So yeah, I think that's about it. I don't really have any advice for anyone because I really was going through it for 2 months. Like, just lost my damn mind. But the good news on that is I'm not starting from square one again. I know stuff now. I know what to do. I just had to be ready to do it. And I am. So yeah, I mean, things are going to be hard to do if you don't really want to do it. And that's why weight loss is a lot mental. I guess I could say it's okay to fall down a bit. It's okay to stumble. We all do. I'm not completely devastated because I have some positives to take away from it. And I'm starting back up again. As long as I'm starting back up again, I'm good. And I'm not waiting until next month, next meal, next anything. It's just, this is what's happening. And there's not going to be that much planning for the future. That's why I'm just going daily every day. Okay. Let's do last but not least. Today's plan, get out and spend some time with the dogs and play some board games with Steven. Spend time with loved ones and eat healthy. That's the plan for today for the channel. I plan on continuing this and about once a month releasing a different kind of video. Steven and I are going to a board game convention. We did it last year. We loved it. We're doing it this year. And I have some ideas on making the board game convention video a little bit more interesting to those who might be interested in doing that as well. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section if you guys are interested in the convention and if there's anything you guys particularly would want to see from it. And then in July, we've got the Scotland trip, and we know we're going to be in Glasgow and we're going to be in Iceland. So I'm watching a lot of travel videos on those to hopefully get a good idea on how to be a travel vlogger. Also, leave me some recommendations because my algorithm is messed up from a lot of different research on a lot of different videos. But that's what we've got to look forward to today and in the future. And with that, I guess I'll show you my next meal. Okay, so it is 1:17 and I'm not feeling that hungry right now. That breakfast really does fill me up and I just kind of want something to snack on while I'm video editing. I also really want to pay attention to my protein even on my rest days. So sliced ham, I like them sliced, and also they're pretty inexpensive based on the price per ounce. This whole package is 240 calories with 40 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat, and 8 carbohydrates. This is really good. This is $4 a pack. And honestly, I can nibble on this for 2 hours. So kind of perfect. This is what I'm gonna have. And I'm still gonna have 400 calories after this. So pretty good deal. It's like a little bowl of cereal, only with meat.
I'm sorry. It's too late. Get upstairs.
So quick change of plans. We got a New York steak thawing right now. We're gonna have that for breakfast. Then we have some ahi tuna steaks for dinner. We also have nothing to do tomorrow, so we're gonna play board games all day tomorrow. That's the plan for tomorrow. Today we got the dog walk. I spent time with Steven. I addressed some things that I've been meaning to and been putting off. And I hit 100 grams of protein and stayed within the calorie deficit that I wanted to, since I'm going to have my increased calorie day tomorrow. As long as it's happening once a week, it's good. So I had a whole bag of my sliced ham and I'm not hungry. So we decided to do all that tomorrow. It works for us. The cheese stick is how I'm getting the last bit of my 100 grams of protein in. And since I'm not hungry, it isn't a lot of calories for some protein, so it's perfect. A lot of the times I will opt to not eat more calories for more protein because I'll be really close for protein. And I just don't want to eat calories when I'm not hungry. I have an excess storage of them, so it's fine. So this time around, the plan is going to be a little less strict, but having clear-cut goals and trying to reach them. And I think that's gonna set me up for success. Maybe. Hopefully, we'll see. I am a pound down from last week, so I guess with that, I will say I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!